Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's another video. I did one the other day on the WCL using the X100V. You can check that out on the tag above. But like I said, I took out the WCL on the X100V, and this combination is great if you love 28 millimeters as opposed to the standard 35 millimeter that comes with the camera natively. You can also use the TCL, which adapts to the X100V as well, and that gives you a 50 millimeter field of view. While great for photography, just offering you that range of 28, 35, and 50. The other thing that people have been asking about was how they work with video. Now, by no means is this a scientific test. This is just a few quick grabs that I did with my daughter out front, using all three, WCL, the TCL, and the native X100V. The video that I posted before with the WCL was filmed all on the X100V using the WCL. So if you want to see those results, check that out. But I also have some results here. So I'm going to go to a screen grab real quick to show you guys this. So I'll put myself down in the corner here. So right off the bat, I'm going to open this up just with QuickTime. And let me just make this full screen. So now this is the WCL, okay, and this is going to be the WCL 4K on the X100V, shooting 60 frames a second, and I am using a set of adapter rings with the Peter McKinnon Polar Pro variable ND filter, just to get those frame rates down to where they should be. Just to give you an idea, I just want to show you all the parameters. This is using Eterna film simulation, not that that matters, but I'll just go through it why this is walking real quick. So I have her walking forward, and it keeps focus all really good all the way up. I'm using IAF. Let me just stop this for a minute. I'm using facial recognition with IAF, and it works flawlessly. It does a great job. When she spins, I'll have her spin in a moment. The background goes out of whack for a minute, and then it immediately comes back in. I have her walk out of camera, walk out of frame, and then I have her walk back in the frame. And you'll see that it handles that pretty well too. So let's just start this back again from the beginning. So here she is walking forward, doing a good job, starts picking up facial recognition, and she's looking, she spins, and then it has a small hiccup right there. And then she walks out, it grabs the background, and you can see when she walks back in, it picks her up again. And this is where I mean right here in this one spot where sorry if this is a little bit scrubbing, but right here, for some reason, it lost the face or the eye. And I don't know if it's because the hair came down into the face or what it was. And I also noticed it on the spin too. So obviously it's losing her face. She went blurry. The background took precedent. And then when she comes back around, it starts to grab her face again. And what I noticed the one great thing about Fuji cameras, and the same thing with Canon cameras, is that it seems to pick up a face profile from a profile. It doesn't need to be straight on. It doesn't need to see the eye straight on. It will pick it up from the side, which is fantastic. And you'll notice that when she goes out of frame, obviously it grabs the background. And then when she comes back into frame, it will pick her up again. Right there. And again, so now this isn't me using any kind of adjustment towards the focusing parameters. This is straight out of box. The way it focuses straight out of box. Just using a small square in the center, but enabling that facial tracking with IAF. And again, this is the WCL, so this is effectively 28 millimeters. All right, so I'm going to exit out of this one. That was the WCL. And let's go into, this is going to be the native This is going to be the native lens at 28 millimeter, 23 millimeters. So this is going to be 35 millimeter. This is your X100V straight out of the box. This is what it looks like. Again, the same focusing parameters, and you'll notice right there, small, and again, this is on facial tracking right here, right there. It gave a little blip. And again, I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's because it's on a small focusing square, and then it seems like it doesn't have her face yet. It's still on it right here. It's blurry. Now, right after that, it seems to grab her face. Right about here, it really starts locking onto her. And then obviously it does well coming up. But let me play the whole clip forward. And again, guys, this isn't scientific. This is just me playing around out front, trying to give you guys some information on the, the different adapters that are available. It does a really good job, though. So as you can see, this is the 23 millimeter, so native 35. And again, your X100V is going to be great for B-roll cam stuff. It's not going to be for shooting movies. It's going to be for shooting B-roll, for shooting short little clips. And I think it does a great job for that. I'm not trying to put too much strain on this situation, on this camera setup. I'm just trying to have it so it's usable for, minor little things. So again, it seems like, again, it grabs the background when she walks out, just like it's supposed to. She walks in the frame. It still hasn't seen her face yet, but soon as we start seeing her turn, it's got the face now. And then it really locks in when she stops moving. But as you can see, when she walks forward, it still has a hard time until it really recognizes that face. So we'll just play this last one. And you still get a decent bokeh. You notice on the turn too, it does that small, where right now she's out of focus, and it's not sure if it's going to grab the background or if it's going to grab her. It seems like it stays on her. It stays on her pretty good for the most part as she comes up. I thought there was a little bit of a hiccup. It just seems like it gets blurry all together when she starts turning, and then once it starts seeing a face again, it picked up. I can confirm that it was tracking the eye pretty well throughout the whole situation. I could see it on the back of the screen, and then off, and then back on again. It picks her right up. And again, it has some nice separation. Even at 28 millimeters on the WCL, you still had some nice separation. But let's go and let's exit out of this one, and let's go into the last one that I have, which is the WCL. The last one we have here is the TCL. Now you can see that the frame is a lot tighter here, and we're gonna get rolling on this. And obviously I have her stop a little short because she can't crop in the frame. I'll let it play through. I have her back up a little bit here. But nice bokeh, nice separation. If you guys are looking for, and then there you go again. Had a little hesitation, but right back in. So let's analyze this one again real quick. So again, I'm on a tripod, no big deal. Face tracking, the whole deal. You'll notice that as she starts walking, it's starting to pick her up. It's doing a pretty good job. It loses it right here for a second. I don't know. Right there, it lost her. It went to the background. Now that could just be for a number of reasons. It could have lost the face. It could have been confused. Again, it is a TCL, so it is a little tougher because depth of field's a little different. They're all being shot at f2 wide open, but I will tell you that I had to pump the ISO up a stop or two just because I think of the loss of light because of the telephoto distance. But it seems to pick it up right away. It recovered. It's doing okay tracking coming towards. It does an okay job. Right here, it starts to display that beautiful background, that beautiful bokeh. And I'll have her back up a little bit. And again, still resolution-wise, it looks great. I don't know how well it looks on this screen because it's a screen capture, but I don't know of any other way to really kind of analyze this and do a voiceover. Still grabbing focus. She spins. It seems to stay on her pretty well. It just seems like the focusing acts a little slower with the TCL, but it still does a pretty bang-up job. Definitely talking head stuff, it would be just fine. She backs off. Now here's where it hesitates. It still hasn't grabbed the background yet. It's still looking. It's still looking for it. And then finally it jumps. But when it jumps pretty abruptly right there. I'll let it play normal speed. Boom. There it goes. And then when she comes back, it grabs her, and it does a pretty good job. So, let me just go back out here. So again, all in all, I think, you know, your X100V camera is an amazing camera. It really is a little, you know, beast of a camera. It's great for street photography. 23 millimeters, effectively 35 millimeters is a great focal length for pretty much everything. Documentary work, street photography. You can get some decent portraits with it. It's great close up. This new lens at f2 is amazing. But with the WCL, it offers a whole new parameter of, you know, shots, a new focal distance. Like I said, check out that video. I'll link it at the bottom, but you'll also see the tag up above here. Of a few shots that I took with the WCL, just raw JPEGs, raw files, a few of them edited, but a lot of them were JPEG straight out of camera. It did a great job. I will do a future video with just using the TCL on the X100V as well. It does great. It does a great job. But again, if you're looking for a B-roll camera, if you're looking for a camera that you want to bring that one camera away with you on vacation or a trip or just a family outing, but you want to have a couple different focal lengths, then I would strongly suggest picking up these two converters. And it's like you just gave yourself two other cameras, a 50 millimeter, which creates some beautiful bokeh, and a 28 millimeter, which will give you that focal length to allow more of that story within your frame. And they both work well for video. I don't see any, maybe a little bit slow with the TCL, but nothing to really complain about. The WCL works just great. You know, you're always going to get a little stutter here and there with your video. I don't care what system you're using. They all tend to have a little bit of a hiccup. If you're really going to truly do video, manual focus is pretty much the way to go, but it's hard to do it when you're a one-man show. But that's all I really have for you guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. And as always, if you like these kind of videos, please consider subscribing and hit the bell notification so you can be apprised of all the new videos that come out once I release them. As always, check out the Instagram page and the website. There are a ton of color grades and presets for Lightroom that I produce. So if that's your thing, check them out. I'm sure I have something that you guys might like. All right, guys. Thanks again.